Hey guys, Dark Silver Jesse here. Just going to lunch real quick, doing a little vlogaroo while I'm heading off. And decided to use the selfie stick, jammed it right into the seat. See how well this looks. But I decided, what the hell? YouTube's giving me heck with the demonetization for not having 10,000 lifetime views and all that wonderful bullshit. So why be family friendly if advertisers aren't going to be on my case? So yeah. Other than that, life status update. Weighed myself this morning, back up to 260. Unfortunately, pant size and none of that has changed, so we'll see about that. Pant size, shirt size, I'm still a 38 wearing a large shirt. 38 with a 44 shoulder. Coffee this morning, well, gas station coffee for some reason is tasting the best. I don't know why, I don't know where, but it is. I got myself a thing of vanilla hazelnut creamer with some sugar in my extreme caffeine coffee this morning at the gas station right next to work. And I gotta say, it is delicious. Tastes a lot better than the Licking Bark frickin' hot press extra vanilla whatever coffee that 580 Coffee Shop sold me Friday or Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. As for a weather update, foggy, misty. It's warm and it's cold at the same time. That's why I'm wearing a jacket, but it ain't zipped up. Is my jacket gets too hot, so I got a vent. But if I take the jacket off, my ass is freezing. So, but in the comments below, tell me what weather like's there. And if you're seeing this in the future, well, everything's the future. And everything's the past. The now will never be now. It will always be the past. And what will become is the present. As far as political stuff going on, yeah, I've seen it calm way the hell down. Yeah, people like Alex Jones and Mark Dice are still stirring the pot, trying to keep news going, which I do watch them daily. With Alex Jones, I take that with a grain of salt, and some days that's a large grain of salt. Mark Dice, well, his is more just to get the laughs, get the views. What is the name of that channel that I'm liking? I'm a Patreon to it. Not much, $1 a month. I really can't afford to be doing too much on the Patreon until I get my Patreon going. But she does, like, that's getting up against my neck. Oh, she does stuff like body language of politicians and all that. And she does a really good job pointing out, hey, yeah, when you look this way, it means you're doing that. Look that way, it means you're doing that. So, yeah. I really like McDonald's options right now, but like I said, I'm 260. I need to find someplace that has a dang good salad. Of course, my boss is going to hate me whenever I eat a salad, because that means about 2 hours after I eat, I'm going to be in the shitter and stinking up the whole freaking place. Because I'm not a vegetarian. I'm an omnivore, but I do like my meat. I guess my food preference is a lot like my sexual preference. I mean, I'm bisexual with pussy preference, and I'm an omnivore with a meat preference. I'll eat anything, but I prefer protein. And I'll date pretty much anything within reason. Gotta have standards. But I'd prefer female. My alignment is male. For those of you who have the... only way I can describe it is the mental dysfunction of thinking that the gender you think you are is the gender you are. No. As I've stated in previous videos, if you got a dick, you're a dude. If you got a puss, you're a girl. If you got both, you're a hermaphrodite. And if you got none, well, you're intersex and you're an alien. There are procedures to fix anything. Procedures to fix whatever is ailing you. Frankly, I could go in. They've got some new procedure. I itch all over. You'll notice that. I fidget. That they freeze your fat. And it's supposed to break down the cellular structure of the fat and cause it to deteriorate. I'm sorry, my fat's already jiggly. I don't need it turning into a slurry. That really doesn't fix the fact that all the vitamin E has left that section of my body, or at least flooded it at some point and left me with a Dunlap disease. My belly Dunlap my belt. I'm not big by any means. I am 5'3", 260 pounds, with a 40-inch gut, 38-inch waist, and 44-inch shoulders. For most guys, that's not all that big. I can play limbo under so many different things. Traffic's actually nice today. I don't quite understand it, but it's nice. If you have any health tips, I'll gladly look into them. Don't be a dick about it either, otherwise I'll just ignore you. But I know, steer clear of heavy fats and heavy proteins like red meat and well, red meat's the main thing, because that's as good as it is for building muscle. It's as bad for you for your heart and everything. If you got any tips on how to lower your iron, well, let's just say you could stick a magnet to me and there's a possibility it'll stay. Yeah. Right now I am passing by a Hastings, which I gotta say, I loved that store when it was open. I didn't make enough money to really make major purchases there. Dig this out. But they took their used games that weren't selling too well and sold them to Game Exchange. And Game Exchange turned around and put them on their shelves for people to come in and purchase at like rock bottom prices. Well, oops, had to get rid of something that popped up on my screen. without Hastings, Game Exchange isn't getting any new games aside from the ones people turn in, and those are games generally people don't want to play or purchase. So, I don't know how long Game Exchange is going to be around. Plus, the fact that I am a PC player, primarily Minecraft though. I'm sorry, game developers, but I have tried so many of the new games. I've spent, well, this year alone, I've probably spent $1,000 on video games, and they just aren't digging it for me. Either I beat the game in just a couple hours of sitting, or it doesn't meet my criteria for what I consider a good game. You can have excellent graphics and a shitty story, or an excellent story and your graphics just suck, or the physics are messed up. I wish these AAA companies, hell, even the indie companies, would team up, put those little noggins together. I mean, they're already charging between $30 and $70 a video game, not to mention all the DLCs and downloads and skins and microtransactions are the death of video games. But if you get a company like Bethesda with their graphics and their overall gameplay and mix it with Blizzard or Square Enix, you know, World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, with their storytelling and their ability to incorporate many people into that storytelling in their MMO settings, you could have an Elder Scrolls Online that actually is damn good. But nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to pony up the dough and become the next big thing. And no, I'm not a big flusher. I run on 30 watts. I'm so used to cigars that trying to breathe that in, I almost always choke. I'm used to a hookah, but not a pocket hookah. Oh, dear lordy lord. Come on, light, change. There we go. We recently had Popeye's Chicken move in to good old Enid, Oklahoma. But even though they are constantly packed, even right now, that parking lot, there are security guards guiding people around the parking lot. I didn't find their food that good. I'm sorry for those of you that love Popeyes. I'm not a fan. I will go to Golden Chick before I will go back to Popeyes. Just as a, for instance here, Popeyes, you get 4 pieces of chicken, 2 sides, and they're not really all that big, and a roll for $9. Or I can go to Golden Chick, spend $10, just $1 more, and get 10 pieces of chicken. And for an extra $2, I can go down to the grocery store and pick up those sides in can form and be just as happy. As far as the rolls of either one, nah. I'm not much wanting for bread. Let's see, we got a Schlotzsky's, a Cinnabon, a Wendy's, an Arby's. I might cut back around and go to Subway. I don't care. Anybody going? No. 4-way, all red. Okay. Everyone's red. Everyone is red. Alright. Do I like my job? Not really. Does it pay the bills? Barely. I make $1,000 a month being the grunt at an auto repair shop. Now that's not auto body. It just deals with like oil, engine block, front end, rear end, dashboards, just the mechanic stuff. And I'm no mechanic. Not by any means can I consider myself a mechanic. Cut through this way. I'll go on down to Taco Mile. I know it ain't too healthy, but damn, I only got about 30-40 minutes left. My lunch. About 40 minutes. I started this video as I got in the truck. It ain't healthy. It ain't good for me. The soda really ain't good for me. You know, I know that. They know that. People around the world, their countries are condemning it. You go to other countries and get a Coca-Cola, it tastes flat as fuck. I only know this because a friend of mine from up in Canada came down here, ordered himself a Pepsi, and about couldn't drink it because of how sweet it is to him. He said the Pepsis up there don't have nearly that much sugar. I'm sorry, FDA. I know I gripe about the government getting involved in shit, but can you tell them to knock it off a little bit? If you know something is so addictive, tell them cut it up. There's no point to adding that much sugar into your sodas. And yes, it's delicious. I love it. I drink Coca-Cola all day long. I used to drink Dr. Pepper, but I started having acid reflux real hard. I switched over to Coca-Cola. Suddenly my acid reflux stopped. Well, I think it was the Prim juice. Like I said, I know that these things ain't good for me. I know I should get on a steady diet, and I should cook at home and make myself dinner at home. Put myself together a nice lunch for taking to work. But dang, when your fridge is older than you are and your stove, you have to unplug your dryer just to be able to plug in the stove. It doesn't really motivate you too much. The one good thing is I destroyed my microwave. Decided to put too big a plate in there, and whenever I held the door shut so she'd work, I popped her open to get the plate back out, and well, the door didn't shut. I wound up breaking the latch on it, so anything I eat has to be then and there, otherwise it's either cold or old. There's no reheat. But that's why I need Patreons. I need my patrons to be able to pay for stuff like that. Now, if you're hearing sirens, I've got an ambulance coming up right in front of me here. I can see him coming and nobody's moving to get out of his way. Alright, lights are turning to be able to get out of the way for it. The turning lane's gone. I'll get across the intersection here, that way I can actually catch the light. Get pulled over. There we go. All nice and clear. Oh, and they just about hit him in the intersection there. I'd really like to be able to get some better cameras for in the truck. That way you're not taking this view. But, yeah, where was I? I don't know. Went and saw Rodney Carrington. Laughed at a few of his jokes, but all in all, didn't find them all that funny anymore. Just a little too heavy for my likings. That and his jokes just reminded me of how depressing my life is, because he was trying to compare, he was making fun of his own life, and by doing so, well, I live a life a lot similar to him, which we're both Oklahoma born, Oklahoma raised. Oh, I'm about to pull up to Taco Mayo here. Like I said, I know it ain't healthy for me. I know it ain't good. If you guys got tips on how to lower my iron and what foods I should eat to be able to get back in shape instead of being built like a potato, I'd greatly appreciate them in the comments. And if you can, if you want to help me out, get me back to being able to do YouTube at a level that can be considered a job, you can do one of two things. Either run through and give a view to all my videos here, or click on over on that link that's down in the description. Hopefully, if you're catching this video early, it won't be there yet, not till I get home. But for my Patreon, that's patreon.com/darksilverjesse. I would greatly appreciate it. And, well, I can only do what you help me to. This is Dark Silver Jesse signing out. Have a good day. Peace.